We're gonna work through this workshop. A lot of it is discussion based. A lot of it is for you guys as an organization to think about what you really like, think about things that you can add to your organization, that you might want to change, things like that. And that we're going to keep it to about an hour. So we plan to cut it off 7. I promise I won't go any further than 7:05, but I will do my best to be done at 7, as promised. So with that, we may have to cut some of the conversation short, but my hope is that we talk about things that are useful to you guys, and that you'll want to continue the conversation as a group of sort of advisors for this. Hey.
Is there a medical coding class today?
I don't know.
Manual. He went to get some water. Wait for 1 minute and be right back in.
Oh, no, it's okay. I'll be back.
All right. Medical coding?
Yeah, to be a medical assistant.
Cool.
Certified. They normally have classes again.
We do it all here.
Yeah, they
This
do a
is
lot.
this is the church to know.
It is. They do a lot.
That's pretty cool, though. So that's our plan, Bridget, so that you are up to speed on what we're doing.
Thank you.
Yeah, you got it. So now we're missing one more, so we just keep pushing, and hopefully he'll come back. So have you guys heard of, I know you have heard of Positive Coaching Lines. Have you gone to any other trainings with PCA? Or been to anything? So PCA, as it says in your books, our whole mission is to transform youth sports, so that sports can transform youth. Sports have this really cool way to have a tremendous impact on our lives. I know that I read your guys' bios online as coaches, and it's clear, that it has had some pretty cool impacts on your life. Are there certain things that when you guys look at coaching, or you guys look at sort of helping and moving sports forward, that you hope that your athletes get out of sport? Are there any things that when you think about it, what do you want your athletes to get out of the sport?
I just want any kid that we deal with really to understand that sports is not only what you're involved in. It also sets you up for your character and other things outside of that sports arena that you're a part of. So sports is something that creates discipline on and off.
Okay, so
the court, the
discipline.
field, yeah.
Discipline being one thing. Are there other things that you guys, as sort of PSA, the voice of PSA, that you want your kids to take away from sport, your athletes? So you have discipline. I know that you talked about hard work.
Yeah.
Leadership, and teamwork.
Leadership.
So like you said, that works on and off of the court, as well.
Your bio struck me in that you had tenacity on the court as something. I mean, is this valuable in our real life?
Yeah.
It's useful, right? So there's all these things that we know are so valuable, but the trick is that we got to get them to stay playing the sport. And I know that's why you guys are here. I know that's why we're all working together. But that's PCA's whole mission, is to transform youth sports so that it can have that transformational experience on our athletes. So that's our goal. We use this double goal coaching model. I know you guys are hosting a workshop for coaches later. We just talked about AAU, having the national partnership. So your coaches will go through this, and I definitely would encourage you to go to that workshop for 2 reasons. One, we're going to cut it short in this workshop given our time constraints. But 2, you get a whole bunch of tools. There's a whole bunch of tools that come out of that workshop that talk about, here's how you can, my kid keeps double dribbling, he's been doing it for 2 years. How can I coach him differently so that that's not happening, but still be positive? Because if we get down his throat and upset him, now he's just like, forget it, I'm done. Coach T shouldn't like me, I'm out. So you guys at that workshop will get one of these books. Coach T, I noticed that you had it, but these books. So if you can't go to the workshop, I would definitely encourage you to at least grab one of these and read through it, because it's a lot of the good material. We take best practices from coaches like us, and then also all those really big name coaches. It's on the front cover of your guys' book there. You get some of the people that are on our advisory board. The other thing that we do is we look at organizations from a systematic approach, saying, all right, so we're talking to the leadership of the organization, get you guys on board, get you talking the same language, then we talk to the coaches, and then maybe we talk to parents, maybe we don't, Ideally we would, and ideally we talk to the athletes, but each organization is a little bit different. But the goal is to get everyone talking the same language so that, if we tell you something now and then we tell the coaches, you guys can have a conversation about, what does it mean when we're talking about our players' emotional fuel tanks, and you don't feel silly saying that. So that's one part of this. And the whole goal of PCA is to create a social epidemic. That concept comes from this book, The Tipping Point. I don't know if you guys have had the chance to read it. That stool is making me feel like I should lose weight every time I sit up off of it. I get the creep. Thank you. I don't know if you've read this book, Tipping Point, Malcolm Gladwell. A really interesting book, but this concept of social epidemic, where there's something that you hear today, or your coaches hear later, and they talk to their assistant coach, or you talk to your aunt about it, or you talk to someone in church about it, and then these ideas start to build. And if we can build these ideas, if we can create some momentum around it, now we're impacting more and more kids. We're all doing this for the same reason. We're in youth sports together. As I told them before you came, my background as an athlete, sort of playing sports all the way through college, a little bit at the professional level, coaching little guys all the way through the collegiate level. But in the last 8 years, running nonprofits, both on the west side of Chicago and then in D.C. For athletes, coaching from 3rd to 5th grade in Chicago, and then high school kids in D.C. So I get where you're at, and it's a cool place. It's a very cool place where we stand, but there's some huge challenges. So it's exciting for us to know that we can have this huge impact. So again, thank you guys for making time available. As I said at the very beginning, the whole point of this workshop is to get you guys to think a little bit more about what's our organization all about, how can we improve, because we're always trying to get better. It's no fun to stay status quo. We know this as athletes. We know this as coaches. If we're the same, if we just keep, even as people, if we don't improve, if we don't continue to better ourselves, then less fun. So what I'd love for you guys to do is I gave you some Post-its here, and I'll just give you about maybe 2 minutes to write on some Post-its. And the two things that I'd like you to write, a separate Post-it for each new idea. So this is going to be things that I love about PSA. And over here, this one is going to be things that I might change. So what I'm going to ask you to do is on those Post-its, to each one, if there's something, I love that we support our coaches off the field. So that would get its own Post-it. And then let's say there's another one. I wish that we had Gatorade as a sponsor because our kids get thirsty. Anything. It can range the topic. Or I wish that we had the whole community on board. I wish that we had a program for grandmas. Whatever it is that you might want to change or things that you might want to add, write that. So everyone gets its own Post-it note. I'll give you 2 minutes to do it. And then what I'm going to ask you to do is to put them up here at the end of 2 minutes. So you guys will have these to take home. Okay? So go.
Are we cheating if this is some of the stuff we talked about already?
No, this is what we're going to have a next step for this. So don't sweat it. It's perfect. Even though everyone knows your handwriting, best to be honest. But you guys seem like you're an honest group with each other, so that's kind of cool.
Can we discuss it, or?
We're going to discuss it. Yeah, I wanted to give you guys a little bit of time to.
Not among us.
You will do. Yeah. In a minute. You're ahead of the game. So fast. So just about another minute. I know you won't get everything.